Welcome to From Days to Years. We're so excited you're here. One of our phrases that we love to say and we really want our moms to get is going from guilt to grace, from fear to faith, and from superficially mumbling through our time or multitasking to superbly managing our time. I'm here with my awesome co-host, Heather.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Heather. And she's going to introduce our topic today.
So part of our continuing series that we started 2 podcasts ago, or something like that, we are today going to be discussing healthier body nutrition. So we're going to talk about all the things basically that keep you going. Because remember, it's your body, but it's also like a machine. And it's like, you've got to give it the right stuff to keep it going and to keep you healthy. It's like keeping your car, getting those regular oil changes and checking the tire and the air pressure and, keeping everything topped off. Making sure your body gets enough water, the right nutrients to keep yourself going healthy.
That is a great way of saying that. I didn't think of that. That's a great way of saying it.
I always tell my kids, your brain's like a computer.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
It is.
That's why you have to keep it protected and safe, because without your brain, you're pretty much, I hate to say it, the rest of your body is kind of useless. I mean, I hope that doesn't upset anybody, but your brain does control everything in your body.
It does. It does.
What keeps your legs moving, your heart going.
One of the things that I'm trying to do better with are vitamins. You mentioned that.
Vitamins.
And so I'm an older mom, 45.
I'm older, but okay.
I keep forgetting that because I always feel like I'm older than she is.
I just say I'm 48, so yeah.
I think it's awesome. I want to be 48 one day.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm looking forward to 50 though, because I loved my 30s and my 40s so far. So I just keep hoping that my 50s are going to be even better.
Oh, they're going to be great.
Fingers crossed.
They're going to be awesome. They're going to be awesome. So making sure vitamins. So like if you hadn't had your checkups, which that's the other thing I need to do is make sure I'm getting checkups. So I need to find a doctor here in Florida, which I've not done.
It's really hard. And I'm telling you, I don't know if there's just a shortage in Florida, but it took me almost a year.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had this much trouble. I don't know if it's because now I'm in my 40s and I just have so much going on, but I feel like in my 20s and 30s, when I moved, I never had a problem finding a doctor. And now it's just kind of like, it's so hard because nobody's taking new patients.
Oh, really?
It's really weird.
Yes, I won't be finding that doctor anytime soon.
No, just make calls. I mean, I had to fire my kid's pediatrician, so now I'm on the hunt for a new pediatrician.
I like our pediatrician. I don't like the office because
that was really who I was trying to fire was the office.
Competent.
They couldn't do coding correctly for bills, so I was getting billed for things that I shouldn't have been billed for.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah. And then they had the nerve to call me last week about making an appointment for my son, and I said, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I fired you."
Yeah, no.
And I told her why, and she said, "No, I totally understand, thanks," and hung up.
That's ridiculous.
And the fact that she understood really frightened me. So.
One of the that's absolutely. If you're paying your money, you should really make sure that the office and that the doctors are up to the standards that you need for your family. So I will. That's on mine.
It's on your
not
to-do
bucket
list.
To-do list. Not my bucket list. I don't want to die.
Please don't wait until your bucket list.
To-do list is to find a good doctor.
Yes.
And then I want to look at. I don't know. So our daughter's a vegetarian.
Yes.
So what we didn't do this year, but we need to get it done. We usually have her blood work done.
Yep, just to make sure.
We're getting the right vitamins. So I want to get that done for me too, to see if there's any deficiencies.
That's really smart.
Because I need to make sure that I'm getting the right vitamins because I'm 45, which is not 35 and it's not 55. So there are certain things that we should take, and y'all really need to make sure because we don't always eat what we're supposed to.
No,
so
none of us do.
No, and we're not getting enough vegetables, enough water. So make sure that you're getting the vitamins you need for your body. So I could tell you what I'm taking, but it probably wouldn't be right for you.
No. And I just take a plain old generic multivitamin.
Yeah.
Whereas my husband, though, needs some extra vitamin D because he's always had a vitamin D deficiency. So.
I had, with a rheumatoid arthritis,
yes, yep.
I had a vitamin D3 deficiency, and so I was on that for a long time.
Yep.
Being here in Florida has really helped me because the sun has a lot of vitamin D3.
Yes.
So I have to make sure that I get that intake of vitamin D3 from the sun. Not so much that I'm, peeling or burning or get skin cancer, but enough that it helps to feed my body.
I feel like something said you only need 10 to 15 minutes a day or something. It's not as much as you think you need. It goes back to one of our last podcasts too, seasonal affective
disorder.
The SAD disorder. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you really do. It really does. I honestly noticed it with my daughter.
Yeah.
So she's much happier. She doesn't like living here, but she's a teenager, and we ripped her out.
Teenagers don't like anything.
But she's happier, and even her grandparents notice just how much happier she is.
Oh, good.
And I really do think it's the sun, because nothing else really changed for her diet-wise.
Yeah.
I think it's the sun. I mean, sun is so important.
It is. It's really important, and especially if you have like
Rheumatoid arthritis and
or any of those osteoporosis.
even like I think anxiety. Just
Oh my gosh,
sometimes.
yes.
I'm not saying it'll cure it,
No.
but it could give you a lift.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of a lift in how you manage your day-to-day activities.
I agree. So sun is great, vitamins, other things for a healthier body, specifically for nutrition, the food that you eat. So
Yes.
Izzy, we make sure that she cannot have any artificial dyes. And quite frankly, no one should.
Nobody
So
really
the food
should.
industry, we know you're putting that stuff in there. Back when my grandparents and great-grandparents were around, they didn't have a lot of those
No, they did not.
food additives.
No, they did not.
Which I think, in my opinion, I am not an expert, is really contributing
Yes.
to the amount of diseases and mental instability and
Yes.
even anxiety that people face. I think it's because of what's in the food.
I know. I think there is a lot true about that
Yeah.
statement. I mean, and you have it down here for us to talk about the old school food pyramid.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the part that should be up here at the very, like, I don't know. We'll get a graphic because my little fingers. But that's
thought
that
you did
little
good.
tiny itsy bit, and probably not even that as much as what's on the food pyramid. It should be a once every once. I'm trying to say the right word here, and my brain is now all an occasional thing.
Yeah.
Not an everyday thing.
Oh,
Because every once in a while it's okay,
Yeah.
but not daily.
not daily.
It's like that video where they ate at McDonald's.
Was
for
that
30 days.
skinny,
What is it?
fat, thin, something? I can't
I
remember.
don't know. I forget what it was called, but he ate at McDonald's all meals for like a month.
Yeah,
And
I can't do
no,
that.
no, no.
Super size me.
Super size me. Thank
Super-
you, Valerie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have that at home because somebody gave it to my husband. And he was so grossed out he wouldn't eat fast food for the longest time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Whereas my son thinks McDonald's should be in his daily diet.
Well, Izzy does. So I do not eat at McDonald's because I can't. Every once in a while I might get a Filet-O-Fish sandwich, but Izzy likes the pancakes. So they'll go on like a Saturday, and that's their daddy-daughter time. They'll eat pancakes, but in the mornings, Monday through Friday, from home, what I feed her is like a version of kimbap. So we'll have it's a Korean type of food, and so we'll have seaweed with rice and like an egg or vegetable, and I'll roll it up in a sushi format, and then
You're so good.
no, I had to do this because with Izzy has autism, so any like a lot of gluten,
Yes.
additives, any artificial ingredients feeds that disease.
Yeah.
And so what I noticed was when she has like the kimbap and green juice in the morning, that helps her a little bit more during the day. Now she gets to pick lunch, so whatever she's eating at lunch,
That's her.
that's her.
It's
But-
on her.
But I know at least in the morning, Monday through Friday, she's getting a healthy meal.
Yes.
I'm not trying to put down the cereal industry. There are some cereals that I think that are great, but there are a lot of them that are complete garbage that children eat in the morning,
Oh, yeah.
which is not helping them. It's going to feed anxiety. It's going to feed all the extra energy that they have. It will not allow them to focus or concentrate. So making sure you're getting that right food, especially in the morning, I think is very important.
Well, I was going to say, because in my household, I have one who doesn't eat.
Oh, okay.
But, she starts her day at 5:30 in the morning.
But she also eats like 2 salads a day.
She does. She's a very healthy eater. But she's found that breakfast in the morning makes her really an upset stomach.
Yeah.
And she's rushing to do it.
Okay.
The other thing is my son eats waffles every day with Nutella. It grosses me out because I can't stand Nutella. I can't stand any of that I don't like hazelnut.
Oh.
And I get it on my fingers and I'm just all grossed out, so it's kind of funny.
I don't think I've ever had. Well, I think I had it in dessert once.
Yeah, it's a kind of a dessert thing, but we were trying to do, I've tried to get him to do eggs. He's not an egg person.
Yeah.
But I got him off the Lucky Charms.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, but he's like a quick breakfast person. He's a very quick, and I don't like to eat breakfast. I used to be a big breakfast eater and then had to have a big lunch and then a big dinner. And I had a friend who has another, she has something else, but she had to go on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
And she's a very petite person, so she put on a lot of weight.
Steroids
and
make
she
you
started
gain
doing the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now that just seems interesting because I can control when I eat.
Oh.
I'm not oh my goodness, I have to eat this very
I'm an,
much.
oh my goodness, I have to eat. I get hangry.
Yeah. And I've learned that, I mean, I kind of don't, they call it a dirty, because I know people are going to be like, oh, you drink coffee. But I do a dirty fasting because I have to have my coffee in the morning with cream.
Wait, what's dirty fasting?
It's where you don't quite follow it. Like, I should have black coffee in the morning if I was going to have coffee before I break my fast.
Okay.
But I need cream in my coffee, so that's my one and only thing I do. But I found that I prefer to wait until lunch.
Okay.
I'm not even hungry. If I'm around people or like at a breakfast, I will eat everything in front of me and I will eat nonstop the rest of the day. I can't even control it.
Is it because of like the gluten or carbs that are on the food?
Who knows? Who knows why? I'm sure it's something of those, because it doesn't matter. Even if I have just eggs with some spinach, I will need lunch earlier than usual.
It's weird. So when I have like the kimbap type thing, I don't eat as much or as often, but I think the same thing. Yeah. If I have breakfast, I need to eat like a breakfast like a traditional American breakfast.
It's almost like, you know, somebody who has an addiction, and maybe I do have a food addiction. Once I have a little bit, I can't stop. But if I can go until lunch, I'm so much happier.
That's interesting.
And then I will have lunch, and maybe like I'll slice up an apple, and then I'll have dinner, and I'm fine.
Huh.
But if I have that breakfast, it like breaks something.
Yeah.
You know, what is it, breaking the seal? You know, when you finally go to the bathroom when you've been drinking. It's like I've broken some seal and now my body wants food.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting thing. And so I just try to be more careful about what I eat for breakfast because I do feel like it sets the day. And I used to be a true breakfast eater. I believed in breakfast.
Yeah.
And then I honestly don't know when I stopped eating breakfast. I don't know if it was having kids and not having that time to sit down. Because even when I was single and worked, I always sat down and usually had a bowl of Raisin Bran. That was my favorite go-to breakfast.
I never really liked breakfast because it never made me full because I needed to eat again. But whenever if I have rice in the morning,
well, that fills you up.
I can go a lot longer, or like a millet or couscous or something like that.
Yep.
For my body type, it works. But if I have like an American style breakfast, I need to eat very soon.
I think that's what it is because when we used to travel a lot to Asia and we would always get the traditional like Chinese breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's so good.
So good. And so maybe I need to try it here, but I don't think the rest of my family would go for it.
Yeah.
And plus nobody's home with me to have breakfast. And I think that's another thing that started is why am I going to eat breakfast, rush with my kids when I can push them out the door and have a nice quiet breakfast on my own with a book.
That makes sense. And then I'm going to say like my version of the kimbap is not traditional.
Yeah.
But the one that I do,
works for your family.
It works for my family.
Yeah.
So I have rice that I use the quick rice. So I know it sounds terrible, but I use the jasmine rice that's frozen.
Yeah.
I can buy it at Whole Foods and I just microwave it.
You know you can make that yourself and freeze it and microwave it.
Okay, so I need to do that.
I'll talk you through it.
Because
freezer Ziploc bags can go in the microwave.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that either, but it actually says it on the box.
Really?
Yes, so I've been doing it. So sometimes I make extra rice when I'm making rice.
Yeah.
And then I just put it into little, like the quart-size bags. And then you make them flat. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so learn something new. That will also save me money because the ridiculous bags of rice are like $3 a piece, which is ridiculous. It's really expensive.
Because I didn't understand why people back where I came from would go to Costco and buy these massive big bags. And I'm like, doesn't it go bad? They're like, oh, no, because we just cook a whole bunch at one time. Now, I do use a rice cooker.
Yeah, I need to buy ours broke. I need to get another.
Oh, yeah, you need, I use my Instapot, but I have a rice button, so it multitasks for me.
Okay.
Because you can do oats in it, too.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to redo my rice. But when I do it in the morning with the freezer defrosting or cooking in the microwave, I put in Himalayan sea salt.
Ooh,
and then I use black sesame seeds.
Oh, yes.
And then a little black pepper. And then we have a boiled egg that may not be traditional, but that's what we do in our home. Yeah. And then I put that all in the...
I'm like looking at you like you're making it, but she's not. Like I'm literally staring at what she's doing.
And I put it on the nori roll, or the nori flat, and then I put everything in and I roll it up. Ooh. And I take the plastic wrap.
I'm literally like staring like, this sounds so good. Tell me more.
And sometimes I use cucumbers because I like cucumbers.
Oh, yeah, I love cucumbers.
They taste good.
Yes.
Or if you want to use sesame oil or some other kind of oil, it tastes good. Yeah. And then I roll it up and I let it sit for a while so that the steam from the rice
kind of
gets the sushi roll.
I was wondering about that. Like, how do you get it to That makes more sense now.
After I roll up in the saran wrap, then the steam from the rice just kind of sucks the nori roll in, so it's not crunchy.
Crunchy, yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
it's soft.
I wondered. Okay, now that makes more sense. It all makes sense now.
But that works better for Izzy, and it works better for me in the morning.
Well, yeah, because that's a very quick.
It's quick
easy,
and it's easy and it's nutritious.
Yes.
So that's our way of making sure that she gets a healthy start. So vitamins. She also gets vitamins at night.
Yeah.
I usually forget to take my vitamins.
Put it next to your toothbrush like I do.
Oh, you do that.
Well, but only because I can't take it in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it counteracts my thyroid pill. Oh. So it has to be, and it bothers me because I've always been a morning.
Yeah.
So I had to finally move it, just like I had to move my thyroid medicine to be next to my coffee maker.
Oh.
Because otherwise I don't remember. Because I'll be making coffee. I'm like, oh, I need to take this. I'll go get a cup. And then it also encourages me to drink a whole cup of water first thing in the morning. But yeah, I moved it next to my toothbrush, so it's sitting right there.
Okay, see, these are things we need as tips, okay?
Drives my husband nuts that I have so much clutter, but it's the only way it works for me.
But I don't think it's clutter. It's like one of the things we
it's
said
things
about.
I do every single day. Like, do you put your toothbrush away? No, he doesn't. So,
It's in a way of automating your life, getting things together and organized so you can superbly manage your time. And that's a great idea.
Because it's a reminder. Oh, I just brushed my teeth, so let me do this. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I need to do that because I haven't taken multivitamin like we
I
did.
know, that was the problem. I used to keep it under the counter, and I wasn't taking it.
It's in the cupboard.
And I don't know, and again, we're kind of going off a tangent here, but, I kept hearing that gummy vitamins had too much sugar in them.
Oh, we do? I know.
I don't
take
know.
those.
There's the only way we could ever get them to take them. And so I recently went out and bought the old school. They're massive. They're like horse pills. And they taste disgusting.
Which one?
I take the one a day because I could buy it at Costco. It was like $300 in a bottle. And I'm like, oh, there you go. There's one a day for the rest of the year practically.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But man, swallowing that thing at night after you just brushed your teeth and you just want to go to bed.
Yeah, that's work.
It's like, it's like long.
Is it really?
I can't even because my fingers are too long. But yeah. And my husband was making him sick to his stomach. And I was like, well, because you have to, it says on the bottle, take with food or at night before bed.
I'll say that one. But I need to do that.
Yeah.
So vitamins, making sure you get a healthy start to your morning, getting a breakfast that will feed your type and your body type, which we'll maybe have some links on the website so we can kind of point you in the right direction. We are not physicians.
Or nutritionists or anything. We're just telling you what works for us and our families. Yes.
Based on our experiences.
I mean, again, my son eats Nutella for breakfast. So, and then followed by a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day.
He's a growing boy. I heard they eat you out of house and home.
Oh, he's not doing that at all.
No.
Oh, God, no.
Really?
No. He lives off of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, bagels, cereal, and waffles.
Wow. Well, that gets to our next point, sugar and carbs.
I think he runs off sugar. I don't know what would happen if I took it away from him.
As you get older, your body will react differently to sugar. I will say that. I got something in my eye. When I was younger, in my 20s, when I thought I was fat at a size 4, almost 6.
I remember those days.
How stupid was I?
I'd love to go back and slap myself across the face.
Me too. But I could eat a lot more sugar and it didn't bother me. But now with rheumatoid arthritis,
you can't do it.
Sugar definitely bothers me a little bit more. Now, if I have sugar that has additives in it or artificial dyes, then that will send a bunch of pain through my body. So I try to avoid those as much as possible.
Yeah.
So I usually get you can get different types of sugar. So like things made with beets. Like I love coconut sugar. I put that in my coffee. I like that. And there's other types of sugar alternatives. It's still a sweetener, but it's not as bad as like refined white sugar.
Yeah.
I don't want a lawsuit from the refined white sugar industry. So yeah, I am saying it's bad, but listen here, people, okay?
This is just moderation. Moderation too. Moderation. I mean, if you're putting a packet in your cereal or two packets in your coffee, you probably don't need to then sprinkle it across your, and this is going to be heresy.
Yeah.
I learned to eat grits with sugar.
So in the North, we eat cream of wheat, and we put sugar on cream of wheat.
So I'm from the South.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah, but my family who's from the North thinks I'm crazy because I put sugar on my grits. I'm like, you're not even from the South. How do you judge me?
Do we even eat grits?
Oh, they love grits.
Do they? I love grits.
I love grits too.
Our daughter
but
is
if
a
I
grit.
don't have grits that are like savory, like where it comes out with stuff in it, I
shrimp?
need it to be shrimp and egg and sauce, anything in it. Oh, so good. Oh, I love grits.
We should have a grits party. Just saying.
Like different things.
Yes.
Like make your own grits.
Okay, so we should do that.
Okay, make your own grits day.
I love it. So
Sorry, guys. I have this odd cough and won't go away.
So we're not saying sugar is bad. We're just saying that maybe look for different forms of sugar
Yes.
and get a little less. One of the things that I believe in is something I coined called replacement theory. If you take something away, something will come in its place.
Okay, so this is not today's topic, but I have the same way with things.
Yeah.
If something comes into my house, and it better have a home.
Yeah.
Where does this item live?
Yeah.
Or something else is going out.
Yeah.
So I love this because it's the same theory of just because you get rid of something, you should probably,
You have to
I
replace
love
it.
this, sorry.
So if you stop eating sugar, you're going to find a way to channel that into something else. So then you'll probably eat more, salt. So make sure if you're replacing your sugar, you replace it with something that's comparable, so that you don't all of a sudden lean or skew so much to another way.
Yes.
So that's my replacement theory.
Yep.
So carbs, we're not down on carbs. We just think there's a certain moderation. You probably don't want to eat pasta for breakfast, pasta for lunch, pasta for dinner. Too
not
much
all day
pasta.
long. Not all day long. But
some pasta's okay.
Some pasta's okay.
I do like my pizza on a Friday sometimes, or a Saturday, or whatever day we choose to get it. So I
love
do
my linguine with red sauce.
linguine with red sauce is good.
I'm not a
Eat
big.
clams? No.
I'll put anything in it, but I don't like spaghetti.
You don't like
The
spaghetti?
size noodles.
Well, the
I like
thick ones.
I like really thick noodles.
Oh, I like
Or I don't like angel hair. No, unless it's got tomatoes and olive oil, then I'm okay. But like I need either the really skinny or the really thick.
Okay.
But I've gone to all fettuccine when I make spaghetti. I don't like Alfredo sauce though.
You don't?
Oh God, no. Oh,
I like everything.
sorry.
It's okay.
I know. And everybody keeps going, maybe your son would like Alfredo sauce because he doesn't like red sauce whatsoever. And I'm like, I wouldn't even eat that. Why would I make him eat that? So there's no Alfredo in my house. I'm so sorry.
Another thing is fats. So there's like good fats and bad fats.
Yep.
Again, we're going to have...
Not all fat is the same.
Not all fat is the same. Yeah. It's not. So one of the things that I like on a sandwich sometimes is mayo. I know. My husband cannot stand mayo.
That's why I love Reggie. He's 26 days older than me, and we agree on something important.
So, but one of the things that a mayo I like is an avocado version.
Okay, so I've heard this from people.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Because you should see me trying to make egg salad in my house. I'm gagging the whole, because it doesn't taste right without mayo, but I'm gagging the entire time I'm making it.
Try the one, I can't remember the name of it, but I think it has a green top and they sell it at Whole Foods.
I was going to say, I bet it's at Whole Foods, yeah.
And it's made with avocado. And I, as a mayo person, love.
Because I love avocados.
It tastes great.
Avocados.
Now, if you have a coleslaw that has like a mayonnaise base and then you try and put the avocado based in with the regular mayo, it's going to taste weird. But if you start with the avocado.
Just the avocado.
I think it's fantastic.
So good.
It's ridiculously pricey. But it's worth every bite. You just eat a little less.
Yeah,
you eat a little less.
Do you think it's creamier?
I think it's creamier.
Okay, because I wasn't sure. Like,
it's
like, do you need to make
heavier? It's
okay,
thicker.
because I was trying to figure out, would you use the same amount in, like, say, egg salad? Okay, I'll just try it.
I think it's thicker.
Is it green?
No.
Oh,
that's what's weird.
Because it would be weird to use something green in with egg salad.
Yeah, it would.
We love egg salad in my house, so that's why. And I make big batches of it in my Instapot.
And the Instapot.
Mm-hmm.
I must figure this out. You make the egg salad in the Instapot.
Well, I hard boil my eggs, but I break the eggs into a glass Pyrex bowl inside my Instapot. You don't mix it. I put salt and pepper. So you just break a whole bunch of eggs. And then you cook it like you're hard boiling eggs in your Instapot. Yeah.
Sorry.
And then it's like an egg loaf. And then I like slice it all up inside that Pyrex bowl, and so it's like one pot.
Oh wow!
And then lasts maybe a day in my house because we love egg salad. Well, my daughter and I both love egg salad.
I would love to try this.
Yeah.
Maybe on the next podcast we do egg salad.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Now all of a sudden I'm craving egg salad.
Come egg salad.
I want everything.
So
okay, maybe you're right. I'm hungry.
Lunch just arrived, and I think the other girls are going to eat. I'm not sure. At least I hope they are. Don't wait for us, y'all. Eat. Don't wait for us. So our food is on our mind, definitely.
Yeah.
Another thing with nutrition, okay, so everyone's busy. As we're trying to manage our time, there are some great food service companies that make quick meals.
Oh, yeah, I've used a couple of them.
Do you have any you like?
And all of a sudden my brain just went completely blank on all their names.
It's okay. We'll have the link in the blog.
I liked them until I didn't like them. There comes a point where you're just like, I don't feel like having that. Like I picked it out 3 weeks, and you don't have to wait as long as I did, but I'm a planner, and so I'd plan them all. And then when they came, I'm like, oh, but I don't feel like having that now. Or life got so busy because there's prep work involved. The stuff doesn't come prepped.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, so you've got to slice all the vegetables.
But I saw, sorry, I don't want to.
That's fine.
I saw one where they had everything sliced for you.
Oh, see, now I need to find that one because I
Which
love
one did you use? Was it Blue Apron?
I did Blue Apron, but that was not my favorite. It's the green one. HelloFresh.
HelloFresh, okay.
I liked HelloFresh because I liked how their meals came organized.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas it's been a long time now, but Blue Apron, I felt like everything was just in one big box.
Okay.
Like all the little tiny things, whereas HelloFresh, the bags were labeled for each meal. I liked that a lot. Now, I had a friend who would do these, and that was her kid's job because they were older. Oh. Their job was when they got home from school was to get everything chopped and prepped, ready to go.
Now, that's a good idea.
It was a great idea. I just didn't, again, I do everything myself because I need to learn to let go, but I want to do it all myself because I want it done a certain way.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So,
When Izzy, she's learning to slice certain vegetables, and she's getting better, but the cucumber usually has a lot more meat inside the peel.
Then, you just want the little green part.
And she's doing much better, but
Now, have you ever just had it with the skin on?
You eat the skin?
Sometimes I do.
I would like to, but I'm afraid that
sometimes I don't kill all the skin. Oh, well, if you buy organic and then you wash it.
That's true. I need to
do that. I bet you do organic.
Well, I don't because they're 79 cents if I don't buy it.
Oh, my God.
Otherwise, it's $1.99 for one cucumber.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've been shopping at Walmart because their fruits and vegetables are so much cheaper.
Are they organic, though?
They do have some organic choices.
Okay.
Not all, but some. And then my mother-in-law just turned me on to Aldi.
I've heard about Aldi. Have not been there. My sister.
I've only gone once.
Used to go.
Yeah, my mother-in-law was like, I love it. And we bought all this stuff, and then the bill was $30. And I went, well, this was easily like $60, $70 at another store.
But they have organic?
They have some organic.
Okay, see.
Yeah, not all.
Okay.
But I'm one of those, I want to go to one place and be done with it.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to get into the motion. But I also used to live someplace where it was so far to go to anything, and here everything's up and down the street.
Yeah.
So it's hard because I've just been so disappointed at our main grocery store with how expensive things are.
I shop at Whole Foods a lot, and I also like Fresh Market because Fresh Market, now they're not organic, I don't think.
Where's Fresh Market?
It's next to Whole Foods. It's like 23 minutes away.
Which Whole Foods do you go to?
I go to the one
in Carrollwood or Clearwater area? Or Safety Harbor area?
Carrollwood.
That's the one I go to. I didn't know there was a fresh. I don't
It's
know.
kind of like across the street.
I'll look for that. Okay.
Across the road.
Okay.
But yeah, so I go to that one. But they also have like prepared food. So if you go in their section,
that's why we
plastic containers. Have you had those?
Well, yes, but they don't. The Whole Foods here.
No, Fresh Market.
Oh, Fresh. I've never been to Fresh Market. Okay.
Oh my God, their coffee is fantastic.
Oh, really?
And at Christmas time, their eggnog. This is completely off topic, but their eggnog and custard are phenomenal.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna have to look for this Fresh Market
Next year, when we do a Christmas episode,
we should go.
We're gonna get their eggnog.
Yeah, maybe we should do a shopping with Angela and Heather episode.
That would be fun.
Maybe we can get the cameras to be right on top of our.
Like the GoPro style. We're like this.
Yes.
In the store.
Angela, what are you thinking about now? What would you do with that? How do you? I always want to know. How do you prepare that?
We're like this.
Okay, we crack ourselves up.
We did. We're hungry. But
this was the wrong topic for today.
But Fresh Market has like these prepared meals.
Oh.
Check the expiration date because I'm really funny about those.
Oh,
but they might have like salmon, or they might have chicken breast, or they might have pork chops.
Yeah.
And it's a meat, and then they have some kind of starch.
Oh, I like that.
And then they have a vegetable, and maybe a sauce and oil.
I almost feel like, and I've never really studied it much, but I feel like I've seen them at Sprouts.
Sprouts has them pre-cooked. They might have some that are
pre-cooked. That's right.
Yeah.
You
So
just have to
Sprouts,
reheat.
You have to reheat. This is actually you're cooking it, so it's a little bit. It's a little fresher. I have had some of them from Sprouts.
Yeah, I haven't.
But
I was curious.
Fresh Market has quite a few that you just cook yourself. But everything's prepared.
Yeah.
And I would say it's enough for 2 adults if you're not being greedy.
Well, that's almost like, the HelloFresh and Blue Apron, though, because I need it for 3. My son's not going to touch it. Let's just be honest. Yeah. So I end up with extra, so then we all can have a little bit. Or I just go, she's never going to eat this, so I do the 2 meal, and it is very slim. My husband's like, oh, that was good. Can I have more? And I'm like, no, there is no more. Sorry, we're done. This is it. Go have a bowl of cereal.
So for nutrition, make sure, you get up in the morning, do you have something that's working for your body?
Yes.
Making sure we're drinking water.
Water is so important.
I'm not doing a good job.
I'm not good. I dehydrate myself constantly. And then
I'm dehydrated right now.
and then I'm like, oh, I
funny.
want to have this. Or usually, what it's funny. It's like, oh, I'm going to have a second glass of wine because that sounds really good. When really I'm just dehydrated.
Yeah.
I'm not thirsty. I don't need that other glass of wine. Usually because I'm craving something sweet.
Oh.
And I can't decide is a glass of wine or a bowl of ice cream. Because let's be honest, that bowl of ice cream is about 4 scoops of ice cream with hot fudge.
Well, you
And
can't have one. It's like,
pineapple and nuts.
who's going to have 1 scoop of ice cream?
Oh, I tell my son all the time, it's just 1 scoop. And then as soon as he goes to bed, I'm like, and then 4 scoops for me. Letting me in.
Water.
Yeah.
Making sure we're drinking water. Now, there is an app on my phone that I tend to ignore.
Which one?
Oh, I'll have the link below because I can't think of the name.
Because I've had several, so I was curious.
This one is really good. And it literally, you program it and say how much you weigh.
Yeah.
And then how many
It tells you how
ounces.
much. I feel like I maybe have used this. Sorry.
That's okay. So it tells you, you tell how much you weigh, but if you don't, you say how much you want to drink. So if you want to drink 8 ounces or 12 ounces at a time, and the frequency, and it'll pop up on your phone like every 30 or 45 minutes or whatever it is, and say you need to drink water.
Yeah.
Now, do I listen to it? I was listening to it for the first couple of months.
Oh, that was actually a long time, though.
It might have been 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
2 weeks, 4 months, it's all the same.
But that kind of app to remind yourself is great. Because when we went to meet the person, her name is Lily, from F45, when we went to meet with her last week, so we could get an idea of where to set up for our podcast that's coming up, she was saying we need to drink as many ounces as pounds that you have in your body.
Yes, I have read this,
That's a lot of water for me to drink.
A lot of bathroom trips. But it's good, though, because, I have a friend who's always been a huge water drinker.
Oh, yeah.
That water and decaf tea, that's really all I've ever really seen her drink.
Is her skin really clear?
Yes, but, my daughter is a huge water drinker, too.
Your skin's clear, too.
Oh, well, it's a lot of makeup.
Oh.
Or a lot of wine. Maybe it was the margaritas. I don't know.
It might have been.
It's limes.
Yeah, because I have this big thing.
Oh, yeah. No, she said after a while, you're not going to the bathroom as much.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I have to drink a lot
Or at least not
of
in the middle of
water
the night.
according to my weight.
Yeah. So, but my daughter noticed over the summer that she started to break out a lot and was getting really disturbed by it. And she realized it's because when she's at school, she drinks a lot more water because she carries her hydro flask everywhere she goes.
Oh, okay.
And she's drinking water constantly. Even at night, she'll go and fill it and keep it by her bedside.
Okay.
She's constantly drinking water. But during the summer, she got out of the habit. And she's like, water really can cure a lot of problems.
That's a good point.
But, I will also say a side note, too much water is also bad for you, so that's my little, kidneys can only handle so much.
Yeah, that's true. So, and then
My mother-in-law was a kidney, I forget what the technical term was, nurse in transplants, and she used to say, don't drink too much water. She used to, because she wasn't American, she was from England, she goes, Americans and their water. She goes, I always know when it's an American because they have a water bottle.
Well, that's the thing. So I was going to say, maybe we should make sure we're bringing
our
water bottles.
And considering the fact that I currently have 2 water bottles in my car and they're both empty, and I need to get them back inside the house because I leave them everywhere, and hence why I have my name on all of them, because they always call and tell me, we found your water bottle. I'm like, oh, I knew it was there. I'm just trying to come back for it.
So that's the other thing. We didn't making sure we're drinking enough water.
Yes.
And get the app if you need that. The other thing is, I just lost the point. It was in my head. It was something about water. Drinking water, getting the app for water. No idea. We're going to move on to the next thing. Juicing, juices and teas. I know what it was. Water in the morning. So one of the things you might want to do is, as soon as you get up in the morning, have a glass of water.
Yeah, I've heard that's really great for you. Yeah. So I try to do it.
Because you've been asleep for a long time, so your body needs to replenish itself.
It's like somebody said, you have to wake your body up.
Yeah.
It's not just your brain waking up, it's getting your body. It's like stretching and doing all that stuff. It's so good for your body.
So maybe
water.
Yeah. So maybe before the coffee or the tea or the juice or whatever you're drinking. And when I'm saying juicing,
during your me time that we talked about in the last podcast, have your glass of water.
Have a glass of water. And when I say juicing, I'm not talking about taking oranges and juicing. I'm talking about green juice.
Yes.
The greens are what we really need for most of our bodies. I would say I'm not a doctor, and some people can handle a little bit more. If you have Crohn's disease or colitis, maybe you can't have as many greens. But for someone like me with an inflammation disease, I think actually Crohn's and colitis might be an inflammation disease as well. But for me,
Crohn's might be. Again, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Not gonna lie.
But you definitely need the greens to help you. And kale, even though it tastes like dirt sometimes, definitely is something we should eat and drink. So we're going to wrap up eventually. We promise.
Yeah.
But for the nutrition segment, we're talking about getting your vitamins, making sure that you're getting the vitamins for your blood type.
And sometimes trying to get vitamins naturally versus in a multivitamins, so much better. But I do understand, though, it's hard. It's really hard to get, what is it, 5 servings a day of fruit and vegetables?
Is it really?
I don't know. I could be, again, making that up and lying.
How many does a Bloody Mary have? I'm just asking. I don't drink Bloody Mary.
So that used to be my go-to because I used to fly a lot for work, was I would get Bloody Mary mix.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a little spicy, but it had a lot of vegetables in it. Yeah. I'm sure it also had a lot of sodium.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, sometimes you were on a flight for 4 hours and it was back in the day, a non-meal service flight, and it would fill you up.
Yeah, and you don't have to have the alcohol in it. It's just the Bloody Mary mix has a lot of vitamins.
Good. Actually, when I was pregnant, and I'm not a tomato person, but when I was pregnant with my first, I craved tomato juice.
Did you really?
Yeah. She and I both can't stand tomatoes either, so.
Interesting. But getting up,
interesting.
It's interesting. So wrapping up this nutrition segment on healthier body, focusing on nutrition. When you get up in the morning, try and have a glass of water. Okay, 8 ounces, 12 ounces, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Download a water app. I'll put a link in our blog on our website from daystoyears.com on the one that I use, but there are many of them. Getting a healthy, nutritious breakfast that works for your body.
Yeah. And sometimes it maybe your first meal of the day maybe isn't until 10 or 11 o'clock, but what works for you. Don't make yourself eat if it's going to make you sick.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't do you any good. You want to have something that's going to get you moving. Yeah. And working for the day. Getting your body and brain moving. Yeah.
And I recommend juicing. If you can do the juicing, great. If you need to buy it pre-mixed, like I will be doing again, I do that. And then maybe adding ginger or a wheatgrass shot. That's something else that we do in the morning. And that really helps. Something else, getting sun. Making sure you're getting sun. If you're inside all day, every day, that's not good for your mind.
No.
It's not good for your body.
No.
Looking at different types of sugar alternatives. I don't necessarily recommend like a stevia or something that contains aspartame. I like the coconut sugar or something like a beet sugar or something like dates. Medjool dates are great. Not everyone likes them, but I really like those because it's a natural type of sugar as opposed to the refined white sugar. Instant meals. You don't necessarily have to have the frozen full of salt, full of...
There's so many options now for fresh meals from every grocery store too.
Yeah.
They all have them. Everybody has their own. So if you just want to try it, and a lot of the online ones have like where you can get a free week or 2 free weeks. So try it. See if you like it.
Yeah.
Just remember to cancel if you didn't like it.
Right. And check the expiration dates on those foods because sometimes grocery stores...
Well, just all grocery stores now.
Oh, yeah.
Always check your expiration date. Yeah. Always.
And sometimes, if you have to get a delivered meal, like Uber Eats or Lyft, Uber Eats or one of the other ones. DoorDash. They have coupons that can help you to manage your time.
Yes.
We're going to mention soda and coffee and tea. Y'all, we love our caffeine. But let's make sure that we're not using that as an addiction.
No. And try to, if you're going to drink, because I do drink a lot of caffeine. I like my iced espressos but I try to alternate with a glass of water.
Yeah, that's good. Flush that stuff out.
Yeah. Especially even with alcohol. If you're out with your friends, try to drink 1 to 1 or 1 thing of alcohol to 2 glasses of water.
Yeah.
Always order the water because otherwise they never come back. Staff never come back.
Yeah.
When you want them to come back, I should say. So, yes.
So as you're setting your priority and we're looking at these 3 30-day time periods, nutrition is very important for a healthier body and a healthier mind. And follow our podcast on FromDaysToYears.com. We're also on many of the other streaming services.
Yeah, that you would get your other podcasts from.
Spotify, Apple, we're everywhere. 10 or 12 different sites. Make sure you're linking with us on social media.
Instagram,
Facebook.
YouTube. Sorry, I started to say Fitbit, and I was like, that's not it.
That's okay.
TikTok.
TikTok.
Because we do have fun making our TikTok videos.
We do. We poke fun at mom life a lot on TikTok because you have to have fun as a mom.
Oh, otherwise, I don't know how you're handling it.
I don't either. But we've really enjoyed talking to you about a healthier body, focusing on nutrition. We've given you a lot of tips. A lot of things will be on our blog, on our website. Make sure you're connecting with us, and we really appreciate y'all just spending time with us today.
Thank you.